This is Jack the Bounty Hunter on steroids. So what you need for this is you need to pull out Jack the Bounty Hunter, who is the Jack of clubs, and then you need a shuffle deck of cards so you can have the spectator mix these cards as much as they would like. Okay? And now we need a card chosen at random, any card whatsoever. Now this will be the spectator's card. Okay? And then from there we just need 10 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Okay, so we have the spectator's card. We have 10 cards in the middle, and then we have Jack the Bounty Hunter. Okay, so what I need you to do is we're going to put your card on top. Now, of course, you need to see what your card is. Otherwise, you won't know if Jack found you or not. Okay. Now, it ends up it's not important whether I see it or not. So I'll go ahead and show it to the camera. Oh, what's the chances? It's the Jack of Hearts. Okay, that was serendipity. Very good. So maybe they're brothers, and one brother's gone evil or something. So Jack the Bounty Hunter is going to find him. Okay, so you put the spectator's card on top. And then Jack the Bounty Hunter goes on the bottom. He goes on the bottom there. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to just go ahead and we're going to deal the cards into a left and right pile with random stacking decided by the spectator. Okay. Now, you can do as many of these with random stacking as the spectator would like. You truly can. Okay? And so if you want to imagine Jack is running around trying to catch you, the Jack of Hearts, we know, and you guys are crossing paths and slipping past each other, and maybe he catches up to you and then slips away again. Okay? So do as many of these as you would like. Now from there, we can actually deal into 3 piles with random stacking. So if you want to imagine this is just further toing and froing, trying to escape Jack the Bounty Hunter, moving from one city to another, hiding in every possible location. Okay, so you can do as many of these as you would like. Okay, stacking from right to left or left to right, it doesn't actually matter. And we can even deal into 4 piles. So keep an eye on Jack the Bounty Hunter, and you can stack from left to right or right to left. So you can do as many of those as the spectator calls for. Whoops, sorry. Maybe the spectator will want to stack from right to left now. And believe it or not, from here you can do additional into 3 piles or 2 piles. We could even do in 6 piles if you would like. So 5, 6. Sorry, kind of messy. With random stacking from left to right or right to left, decided by the spectator. I'm getting kind of messy here. But the bounty hunter profession is kind of messy. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to pair cards together. Okay, we're going to pair cards together. And the hope is that Jack the Bounty Hunter has found his target. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're simply going to do what's called a Klondike Shuffle. This is just top and bottom being pulled off as 1. Where's Jack the Bounty? Oh, he's right here. And so after all of that, running and chasing and hiding and escaping, was Jack the Bounty Hunter able to find the culprit, who happens to be you, who was chosen by you? And I believe it was the Jack of Hearts. So did Jack the Bounty Hunter find the Jack of Hearts? I believe he did. And he never fails in his job. He will find the bad guy every single time. So this is what I call Jack the Bounty Hunter on steroids. So if you've seen the original performance of Jack the Bounty Hunter, I think they just kind of do a left, right, and then keep the pile that has jack in it and so forth, and that's it. Think about all of the mixing and scrambling that we've done here. And we'll step through it a second time in the tutorial. But boy, this is that performance certainly on steroids. Okay, so what you need for this is, just as mentioned, you can shuffle the deck of cards or have the spectator freely cut up. Of course, pull out Jack, the bounty hunter, and have him ready to do his job. And then you have the spectator freely choose any card whatsoever. Any card. Okay? That's a free choice. Now, we just happened to choose the Jack of Hearts last time. That was complete chance. And then we just need 10 random cards. So you could deal from anywhere, actually. You can do 1, 2, 3. Maybe deal some from the middle, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And some from the bottom, 9, 10. We just need 10 random cards. Okay? So we have you, kind of the outlaw, I guess, over here, Jack the Bounty Hunter, and the 10 random cards. So let's see who we got this time as the culprit that needs to be tracked down. It looks like it's the 8 of spades this time. Okay, so this is the card that the spectator would see, right? They would see that, and then you have them put that on top, and then you just drop this little packet on top of Jack the Bounty Hunter. Okay. Now, in the language of the Hidden Structures online course, this is a, quote, mirrored structure, mirrored packet relative to Jack the Bounty Hunter and your card, the little outlaw up here. They're in a mirrored relationship. Well, when cards are in a mirrored relationship, you can do some amazing things and not undermine the fact that they're in a mirrored relationship. So one thing you can do is you can do as many left-right shuffles as you like with random stacking. Stack these however you like. You could do 5 million of those. It won't hurt. Then you can deal into 3 piles. Stacking from left to right or right to left. It won't hurt or undermine anything. So you can do as many of those as you like. And then you can stack into 4 piles. Stacking from right to left or left to right. It won't hurt, regardless of that choice. And then I suppose I even did 6, right? I even did 6. Right, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With random stacking left to right or right to left. Maybe we'll go right to left. Okay, now let me just give you a hint as to, okay, why those numbers? Why is it that I can deal into 2 piles, 3 piles, 4 piles, and 6 piles with stacking from left to right or right to left and not destroy things, not undermine what's coming in just a moment? Well, it uses something called the Staystack Principle. Stay, S-T-A-Y, and then stack, like stacking something on top of something else, the Staystack Principle. Well, what is that principle? Well, it's a principle taught in the Hidden Structures online course, but it relates to the divisors of the packet size. What are all of the numbers that divide evenly into 12? Right? Because we had Jack the Bounty Hunter and then your special card. And then we had 10 more cards. That's a total of 12. Well, 12 is a wonderful number because it has a lot of divisors. 2 divides into 12. 3, 4, 6. So because those numbers divide evenly into 12, and this is a mirrored relationship or mirrored packet relative to the Jack of Clubs and your special card, that means you can deal into a left-right pile, random stacking, or 3 piles with left to right or right to left, random stacking, or 4 piles or 6 piles. Okay, so you can deal out as many piles as one of the divisors of 12. Isn't that amazing? Okay, So those are some things that you can learn. In fact, I encourage you to go to the Hidden Structures Boot Camp series first, because that kind of prepares you for and gives you a lot of really interesting mathematical card effects that are just mind-blowing, quite honestly. So anyway, that's why we can deal into all of those different size packets. And as long as you stack from left to right or right to left, the Jack of clubs will still be in a mirrored relationship with your card, the spectator's card. Well, what does it mean to be in a mirrored relationship? Well, look at where the Jack of clubs is. He's second from the top. Well, the mirrored mate to that position would be second from the bottom. So what I'm claiming is this card right here is the 8 of spades, the one that you chose, right? And so it's still in this mirrored relationship, okay? Well, how does that help us? Well, think about it. When I do the Klondike Shuffle, it takes the top and the bottom card off as one. That becomes a pair. And then it goes down one card and up one from the bottom. Then the Jack and the 8 of spades will be pulled off as a pair and so forth. So that's why it works, because it's mirrored. So let's just show you. So this is the top and the bottom as one. Now here is the Jack of clubs and the 8 of spades on the bottom. So when you pull those off, they're paired up. There you go. Now all of the other pairs really don't matter, because we're focused on just your card and the bounty hunter, right? And so from there you're done, right? Because these were in a mirrored relationship, when we do the Klondike Shuffle, they get paired up perfectly, okay? And now you can reveal that Jack the bounty hunter found the bad guy, found the culprit in the end, okay? So that will always work for you. And in some ways you can do an infinite number of dealing outs. You can deal out into 2 piles forever with random stacking, or 3 piles with random stacking, left to right, right to left, or 4 piles or 6 piles. This is absolutely an amazing mathematical card effect. One that's never been shown before, by the way. So Jack the Bounty Hunter on steroids is being shown on YouTube for the first time. So have fun with that. And take a look at the other videos on the Hidden Structures channel.